feeling this morning? How is everybody doing? I want y'all to drop one word in the chat. Just drop one word of how you're feeling on this motivational Monday, on this manifest Monday. Just drop one word as we prepare ourselves to get ready. One and only Mindset Mogul. Word. Attention to the fact that I didn't even have my camera. I can't see you. Love that, Queen Shalores. Because don't we all want to be loved, thankful, inspired, spectacular, amazing, blessed? Like I absolutely, not the sleepy. Come on, Dr. Birch. We gotta wake it on up. As a matter of fact, I want everybody to come off mute right now and let's start getting this energy ready as we prepare for our Mindset Mogul. I need everybody to come off mute right now and let's start pouring that love and that energy at this very moment into each other as we prepare this room for our Mindset Mogul. I need to hear y'all this morning because we got to wake everybody up in case anybody else is sleepy.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Mindset Monday.
Good morning,
Happy
Monday.
Here we go.
Happy Monday, family.
Good morning.
Happy
Monday.
Let's go.
Bring the coach up.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
I love it. Hey, look, Moya, this is your Monday. Let's get it. I'll up here. No. Went to that. This is a mindful Monday, and what I've and mindful is with how we're moving. We need mindful in every single thing that we do. All right, y'all. I'm about to move out the way because look, mindset to get reset. What? Put it in all caps. Put it in the chat in all caps. Mindset. Let's go. Put mindset in the chat in all caps as we get ready to hear from our one and only Mindset Mogul. Come and bless us this beautiful AM King.
All right. I'm coming to bless. Thank you, Sunshine. We appreciate you. What's going on? I know we wasn't starting early today. Are we starting early today? Monday, you got the Monday jitters, you got the Monday issues. We had the Sunday scaries yesterday or something. What's going on? Let us know. Today is a good day for what? Put it in the chat. Today is a good day for what? Today is a good day for a great day. Every day you have an opportunity to go to another level. Once again, this is leadership, accountability. So in this particular time, I do want to figure out what's going on with you. If you need assistance, if you need some sort of help or guidance or insight anywhere, I would love to provide that. At this time, last week we were discussing, and the weeks prior to that, we're just really discussing, and we were kind of inching our way into this, but we're just discussing on how to be better, right? How to get better. What about the systems that we're using? Who are we? Are we identifying what it is that we want to see ourselves as? Who we want to be? Are we operating in that faction? And that's pretty much where we're going with it. But I want to help you where you are at. Like that's really what I want to do. I want to help you where you are at. So at this time, raise your virtual hand and come up and share exactly your progress up until this point right now. How much progress have you made? And you can tell us the area. And I kind of want to know. And then we'll go into some other things from there. So, Sunshine, are you able to call people up?
Yes, Queen Angela, come talk to us, love. Are you able to turn your camera on, beautiful, so we can bring you up?
There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Sure can.
Yes.
Good morning. So, I've been having an amazing time. I've been going through all the the videos, listening to everything all over again. And I've been trying to, by being in this program, it has opened my eyes to a lot of different, opportunities and, how to get to the bag. I have my own business and, basically I joined to learn how to get my business off the ground, social media wise, internet wise. But the different plays and the different knowledge that you guys are giving us of how to get the bag, how to, move forward, I kind of like, in a way, put my little stuff on the side a little bit just to follow these steps that I'm learning and help to enhance like one of my businesses that I have. So far, everything that Mindset Mogul and, all the moguls have been sharing, I have been trying to put into place. I've been doing that. And I have a couple of wins with CJ, the credit repair and the business funding thing. I started out with doing just me and my husband because that was a major challenge for me to be able to be involved, not able to get the bag. Like you guys were like, here, this is the link, this is the link. You'll get some funding here and get funding there. So I had to think of a whole bunch of creative ways just to be able to be in this program. And I thank God for the blessing that that Mogul and Sunshine, everybody that, gave me to be able to get on here. So I've been, so my main thing was to not be in that position and start getting that credit back to where it needed to be. And I have started with that, with what's been sharing with Coach CJ. And I guess what, those points have been coming up. I did it for me and my husband, and those points have been raising, and I'm just putting myself in the position so I can continually be a part of this of this forever. So I just
Okay.
want to share those wins and things like that. I am just super happy. Everything that you guys are telling us, teaching us, giving us, inspiring us, motivating us, it is sinking in. I am enjoying it. I love it. I am doing it, and it's working. So anybody that haven't started putting anything in place, they can't help you if you don't put nothing in place. That's what I do know. So I just, say, just go for it. Go for it, because I was in not in a not so great place, to get to where I needed to go. And, you got to get your credit, got to be where it needs to be. And, I had let it lag. I let it lag. But, now I know that I need to go ahead and get it back together, and it's allowing me to make the moves that I'm seeing and they're sharing. And I just wanted to share those. Those are the wins. Things are happening for me now, y'all.
That's good. That's good. That's what we're talking about. Snap it up, clap it up for you. Okay, Miss Kelly. Good job. Good job. Good job. Everybody says some love in the chat if you haven't already. Part of this is, well, I'll say it like this again, and I'll keep reiterating this. I'm really not being biased on this. Anybody who's successful will tell you success is something you attract by the person you become. And it really is about you being a new person. And sometimes for some people, it's not about being a new person. It's about continuously being that person that you know that you truly are versus acquiescing to what people may make you feel like you should be. So your case may be particular, so it just depends. But the level of awareness is what is always, I'll say it this way. If you could enhance a skill, the skill would be awareness, right? Because awareness breaks down to the perspective and everything else that control what you do. But how many of us, put a one in the chat if you could if you would do this, if you could, you would go back in time to do something different to get different results. Put a one in the chat. So why is that? The reason why is because awareness. What is the awareness? The awareness is change. Somebody put change in the chat. Somebody put change in the chat. Somebody put change in the chat. See, the awareness is change, but one thing that we are afraid of is change. But why? Why are we afraid of change? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Why are we afraid of change? Well, there's a number of reasons why we're afraid of change. But I just want us to think about. Some people say time is money. Is time money? Let me know in the chat if time is money. Let me know in the chat. You know in the chat. All right. So some people are afraid of change because of complacency. What else? I see time is not money. Cool. All right. Tell me why though. Tell me why in the chat. Some people say yes, time is money. But why? Why is it? Why is it? Why not? Whatever your answer is, why? The question to you, the follow-up question is why? Money is a frequency. All right, cool. Like, let's be real though, but answer the question. Answer the question. Like, answer the question. Change. So, you know what? Maybe a way to think about it is this. Maybe a way to think about it is this. If you have a lot of time, could you use the time to buy more money? If you have a lot of time, could you use the time to buy more money? Answer the question in the chat. You say yes, tell me how. Tell me how that's true. But before I even get back to that, I'm gonna go back to these hands. Before I let y'all share about that, I'll go back to these hands. What's up, James? I just want to preface that. Get that going in the chat. What's up, James?
Going on with you, Brody?
What's happening, brother?
Yeah, just responding to the thing with growth that you were talked about. I think it's happened just between the community, business, and things like that. But I feel like I'm slowly starting to regress backwards somewhat. That's what I was thinking about this morning. But a lot of things have changed and went up. It was just a certain life circumstance that has recently happened where I'm feeling like, oh wait, it's probably going to be somewhat of a decline.
Okay, are you experiencing that in the mind first? Is that happening in your thoughts first?
The thoughts in the heart.
Are you saying to yourself though, this is what's going to happen, and then you're recognizing that these things are happening?
No, it's something that has already I'll give you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So, it was a while back when I was just in Detroit and my grandmother ended up in the hospital and they just told me that, like a little while ago that she in hospice now and it's wraps, like ain't nothing we can do. So I'm like, time is ticking. Emotions are high, makes it, somewhat difficult to move like how I was previously moving. I'm like, I don't say this word often, but I'm pretty sad, and it's weird because I don't express that often. So it's a lot.
First, I want to send you a lot of love, and healing energy on this. There's a lot of ways you can look at this.
Mhm.
And how explicit can I be with you?
Very. The most.
Okay. If grandma is no longer here, if she could say anything to you, what do you think her messages to you would be?
Keep going.
You love grandma?
Do.
So much so that this is hurting you before anything has even happened. Because I remember when they told me my mom was in the hospice, I had no clue what that was. I'm about, 15 or something. And they're telling me this. And when I found out what it meant, I remember just crying in the couch. Like, I used to sleep on the couch. I used to be in my bed. Once company leaves, the time to go to bed, that's my bed. I used to cry right on that couch because I knew that, dang, that these hours are dwindling. I don't know when the last day would be. Did it help? Yes. But if I stay in that space, it won't do much for me. But one thing that helped move me was remembering what my mom told me. And it wasn't a lot of words, but she said, I remember when I was just on the phone frantically with her, hey, mom, what do you want me to do? Because, if you won't be here. She said, well, I'll always be here. Be in your heart. be in your mind. I leave you with the things I've taught you. But the truth of the matter is you already know what to do. I didn't really get it at first, but after a while it set in. And I think this goes for everyone. You know exactly what you should be doing. You know, we all know what we need to do, but do we do it? So for you, James, this real question for you. How would you think grandma would want you to respond to this?
To keep going with the mission. That's pretty much it. Keep going.
Okay. Okay. So it's just remember this. We can't actually remove the feelings of how we feel for something happening. You're a human. So something happens in our lives and we get a situation. What I don't want us to do is to block the emotions. Part of the reason why we get up here and have you speak and share authentically is because you need to experience these emotions so that way you know how to control them when things like this happen, because they're going to happen. I remember my grandmother passing away. This is one of our grandmothers who was basically our mom after our mom passed, and it was our mom's mom. And ironically, we called her mom, right? So, the day that she passed away, that I drove 3.5 hours to come to New Jersey. I run upstairs inside the hospital. She's no longer in there. They took her out. There's somebody brand new in there. I come back down, and this is all within a 15-minute span. And then I get on this call. It literally just happened. Then I get on this call. Not only do I have to inspire people, have to teach and have to educate, I had to actually listen to other people's pain and really be there. Knowing that I just gone through this thing and this was a seismic shift, but you know what kept me pushing? You know what allowed me to deliver? You know what allowed me to stay strong was the ability to understand and understand that time is going to pass, people are going to come and go, but you know what never changes? Who you are as a person and what you're out to accomplish. See, because the thing that you're out to accomplish, no matter which realm it is, it's the same thing. You just want to be the best version of yourself. When it comes to you going to the job and when it comes to making money, you want to collect the most money. The only way you collect the most money at that job is being the best version of yourself to get paid that amount of money. When you go out and you look good and you get your shape up, it's because you want to be the best at what you do. And the way you want to look the best. When you put your clothes on and when you say, hey, look, I'm going out into this world, you just want to be the best. The answer to every question that I asked you was just be your best. But if grandma can't see that, you know what grandma did see though? That you were her baby, that you were already somebody great. Before you knew that you were great, she already knew you were great. When I realized that, because that's what my mom was saying, damn, like that was deep. She already saw, like, think about it. If you have children, you already see the greatness in your children long before they can ever see it. There's greatness in you long before you ever could realize it. And sometimes we need these hard push for us to get out the nest and really wake up to fly to see who we could truly be. This is your opportunity, James. But make no mistake, these minutes that you have, these seconds that you have with grandma, you be there. Be there, because this will be something that will motivate you. Remember, when you feel these feelings, right, of anxiety or depression or excitement or nervousness, this is the same notification, but you choose how to identify it. So you can choose to be sad or you could choose to be inspired. Because guess what? Grandma lived and you got to know her. She's one of the greatest ancestors in your lineage, and you got to be there with her. You got to see her. And I don't want to go too long on this, but I think we're understanding where I'm going with it. But James, I want to know for you, what's coming up for you right now as we speak through that?
When you say what's coming up, what do you mean?
So, and I ask these questions because it's designed to give you a certain answer. What's coming up to you while you are experiencing what I'm saying, what you're thinking, all of what's happening in this moment?
Oh,
What
like
notifications are coming to you?
I would say that time is very limited, and everything we do, we got to act now. You never really know how much time is there for the people that you care about, for the people that you're doing the things
That's for
for.
the island too, right?
So I don't know if it's 301 or 303. One of them's they're up or lower. The one.
You talking about over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one.
One of the Kansas in the front.
In the front is 03. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, it's just to me, it was just like, man, I gotta act now because this is also my last grandparent. And through the cycle, I was sitting there thinking about it because I was like, man, this is the last grandparent. Once they gone, the thing that kind of naturally comes next is parents. And I'm like, sheesh, yeah, I'm not as young as I used to be. Things is crazy. But that's just like more reason to just go harder, go harder, go harder. But also trying to balance what you said about like, doing the thing with the mindset and giving my brain a break. Is figuring out how do I make speed work with rest. I'm still learning how to make those things coexist. I haven't figured that out. But the thing that comes to mind is go fast, make something happen, no procrastination. Everything is now. Everything is now. No opportunities wasted. Slow feet don't eat.
Right. So you're going to learn that today, by the way. This is going to be something you're going to learn today. And I want you to realize that you must change. See, in order to get what you truly want, change is there. Change is something that's inevitable. Your growth is optional. Your execution is optional. Change is inevitable. Why are we afraid of the thing that we know is going to happen? Why are we afraid? Should I take us to the Church for Entrepreneurs, the Mosque for the Moguls? I don't know if I should do that right now. But I think, James, for you, once again, when it comes to the speed, when it comes to executing, what are you allowing to just sit and settle? Like are you actually taking things that when it comes to opportunities that you get, are you taking the opportunities right then and there? Or are you waiting for tomorrow? Are you waiting for later? Right? So part of the reason why I was able to go downstairs after, missing my grandmother, she just passed away that day. And I go downstairs and I get on this accountability leadership call. And the thought was, I felt something in my heart. I felt inspired. Why was I inspired? Because of all the teaching, all the things that she's instilled in me, that now I'm going to go on and produce even better because of that motivation is even higher. So your motivation, your inspiration right now could be even higher, can be even grander when it comes to what you could produce, because you know everything that your mom has taught you, everything your grandma has taught you, everything that she has done for you is all right here. So you may lose her physically, but you'll never lose her mentally. And when I realized that mental was the biggest part of this whole thing of life, it changed my life forever. So when it comes to you moving fast and you moving with speed and being able to get sleep and rest, bro, just do what you know you need to do. You know you need to get 8 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep. You know it. Just do it. You know you should get up and you should work on your stuff. Just do it. That Nike commercial was real. Like just do it. The craziest thing is the reason why we're behind is because we don't just do it. We wait around to do it later. We figure out another reason why not to do it. But the answer is just do it. When you know you get something coming up to you, an opportunity, or you got work to do, or you have some tasks or obligations, or anything that may be priority, take care of it right away.
If I can ask, how do you get past well, you said not to do the emotional like blocking thing. That's been like coping mechanism. Hasn't always worked in my favor, but it at least gets through the day and just blocking things and just moving forward. So how do you operate with that high level of emotions? How do you get past that or get through it, or however you got to do it?
This may work for me and it may not work for everybody else. I've been losing people for 20 years straight. I don't even know when it started. I just know 20 years like straight lost people, right? And it's usually somebody influential. For me, I always listen to my family. So I was one of those kids. But to answer the question, it's not something that you get over. It's something that you recognize as part of life and you deal with it. And it doesn't mean dealing when somebody say deal with it, it doesn't mean that you just suffer in silence. You deal with it. Like, okay, when you're hungry, do you get sad that you're hungry? Or do
No.
you deal with it?
Yeah.
Oh, you get tired? You get sad that you're tired, or you feel frustrated, or you happy that you're tired? You just deal with it. So even in death, unfortunately, we must deal with it. The way to deal with these things, though, is to give your all while the person is already living. When the people are living, this is what stops you from feeling you, oh man, I wasn't there. I didn't get to get grandma a house. You may not get grandma a house. It may not be in your story to get grandma a house. But in your story, you might leave your great grandchildren the house, and now you become Uncle James or Grandpa James or whoever it is in the future. Your story may not be like somebody else's. So let's stop comparing our stories to other people's stories and figuring out if yours is successful or not based upon others' parameters. So in your life dealing with things, okay, just be honest about it. Hey, unfortunately, death is a topic that we need to speak about in our lives because people are going to pass away. Now, one of the things that will help you stop feeling sad about when people pass away is understand that this is necessary in life. This is just part of life. There's nothing that you can do about that. You can't control that. You can control what you can control. And what you can control is how you relate, how you respond, how you act, how you create your experiences with those people that you have the time with. If you saw everybody who actually spends time in your life as the star of their story and you're the star of yours and you're coming into co-star, then the relationship becomes better, the experience becomes better, and you feel more fulfilled. A lot of times we don't have fulfillment. So when someone passes away, we have regret. But to remove that, let's just have fulfillment. Like, what would it be like if you had your significant other or the person that you love in front of you? What experience could you have with them? So for you, could be the last days of your grandmother. Who knows? She could beat the odds, right? But if this is in your mind and you said to yourself, this could be the last days, how would you make that the best of the last so that way those memories could last? And you don't have to answer that now. And that's just for everybody to take and walk away with that. Just this is the last thing I'll say on that note. Always remember that this life is a collection of memories. So don't get so caught up with what happened in the past. Because what happened in the past is the past. You can't really change that. You could change the perspective on the outlook on where you see it. But guess what? What's done is done. You got to ask a question or something, Jay?
Yeah, I want to ask you. Well, I want to say one more thing before I get taken off the thing. Well, if you're finished.
Yeah.
So to leave things on also a high note, I was going through like some finances and stuff like that, and just kind of reflecting back. Um, Things are very close, but this is another thing that I learned when I was running track. One of the first meets I was at, I was running. And as I'm getting all the way through, I was running the 800. I was getting close to the finish line. I looked back, nobody was there. And I slowed down. And at the moment that I slowed down, the people that I didn't see was there. I got passed up by one person and they ended up beating me. And the reason I bring that up is like sometimes you be right there where you're about to have the breakthrough. And I feel like I'm right there right now. And what you said is just like, I can't let the emotion slow me down because I was looking back at my finances from homeless like 6 months ago. I was looking at everything. And I made around like in the past 30 days or so, I probably made like $22,000. And I spent a lot of it on mentorships. I reinvested back in myself. But from homeless 6 months ago to that, to me, that's still also a major accomplishment. So just leaving things on a high note on like progress and how things have been going. Um, that's something else I also wanted to give.
That's a great point. That's a great point. And I'll just resurface that. Breathe, man. Breathe. Because anything and everything could fool you. Like you could be fooled by this situation and you could be taken off your path and then you could lose the game that you're playing within your reality. But what I want you to think about is nothing will slow you down. Nothing can slow you down. Only if you let it slow you down. That's it. That's it for you as far as that goes. But I would love to talk about that more. I just want to switch topics now. Great stuff, James. Everybody send some love to James in the chat if you haven't already. Once again, sending you a lot of love with that, James, because I understand the uncertainty surrounding that and how that can make you feel. So definitely, just keep pushing. I know sometimes, especially in melanated communities, like we don't have therapy, but that's why I took time to go through a little bit of that with James. But if, I think I should do a deeper dive. Maybe on Wednesday, we do like a guided meditation, or maybe to like a little bit after today. I don't know. Maybe work group session or something, James. Come on a work group session, do a little guided meditation with you that would help and be beneficial. Somebody put the word change in the chat. So, what you do with your time. I asked the question in the chat. I said, if you have a lot of time, could you buy money with that time? Like, could you spend that time on money and get some money back? And a lot of you say yes. And I want to know why you said that. Like, so if you say yes to that, raise your hand and come up and share why. And let's get to the root of this change, because nothing will change unless you change. And the reality of it is something that you are doing right now needs to change. Something that you're doing right now needs to change.
King Sheldon. You should be able to unmute, King.
1 second.
There you go. No, you back on mute, King. Hit it again. There you go.
I don't know if this is the time to talk about this, but I don't know. I just been having a problem with say like I invested in the player makers, right? And right now, like yesterday or like over the weekend, really yesterday, I just felt like I know quitting is not an option. Like I really, really, really don't want to do that. This is my first time really like investing in me, like, and not like being afraid to do it. Like I just pushed that button, I just did it. And I said, I'm not waiting for my friends, my family, or anything like that. And I just haven't been able to like make a breakthrough as far as what my goals as far as the mailbox millionaires and with the player makers and everything. I'm saying that because I'm not saying it's like you guys' fault, but I've been really, really, really trying, and I haven't been in Thinkific, like and that's where everything is, it seemed like. And they keep saying that something is going on with my email and my password isn't matching. So then I go to change my password, but they're not letting me change my password because they need my previous password, and I don't know what it is. And so as far as for CJ and the credit program and with Millie, it's like I haven't seen any recordings like ever since I've been doing this for like a month or so. And I'm just glad that I have more than 30 days. Like I have another 6 months to get this right. But I just feel like I haven't been making any progress because I can't get into Thinkific. And I've been like trying to like reach out to support and different people or whatever, but I just really need like somebody to like, I'm not really computer savvy, so I don't know like what should I be doing like to change this. So if I could get into Thinkific, I think that I'd be on the honor roll. I just feel like I'm falling behind a little, and I don't want to give this dream up, because I know that I really, really believe in this program or whatever, but I just can't get to the homework or the recordings to do what I need to do. And I'm starting to feel really, 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 really bad about this, because it's like I see everybody making progress and stuff, and I'm happy for my group, and group 4, they've been trying to help me, but I just feel like I haven't been making any progress personally because I can't get into the Thinkific, and I just really, really need some help. I'm falling behind and I don't know what to do, you know?
Okay.
Um,
All right.
I'm
So
kind of lost. That's all, man. Because I need to hear even with you to go to hear your recordings and some things you might say when I be on in the morning. I can't even get to your recording so I can say, "Oh, that was inspirational what he said," but I can't go listen to it again because I can't get in.
okay. All right. So first of all, great job of raising your hand to come up and share to state that. You said you've been reaching out to support. Sunshine, can you please, and Moya, just on a second, can you please just get Sheldon's information so that way we can guide you? Are you available on, available at 1 p.m. on the work group session today?
Yes, somebody said that last night. I'm gonna make it happen, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
All
it
right.
happen.
Come to the work group session because um, you definitely need the assistance. Now, let me real quick. This is just love, but how long has this been going on that you're finally now saying something? I know you've been doing your best to make the necessary connections, but how long has this been happening till right now? Like, how long has this been going on?
I say about probably like I've been trying to do this since like last week or whatever
Okay.
because they gave me the information for the link for CJ, and then when I did go to do it or whatever, I couldn't get into Thinkific, so I'm like, okay, so it's like the only time I can really get some questions answered is like if I am on one of the programs live, I could get my answers, the answers to my questions or whatever. But I would say like last week, like I still have to do funnel homework and I still have to do CJ's homework, and I haven't been able to revisit the recording so I can finish the homework. Like I haven't even started anything.
Okay. I got you. I got you. So that's good. It hasn't been too long. So Sunshine just put in the chat, check the chat. So I think she spoke with you yesterday, I believe. But the team will be getting with you. So we'll get your information to make sure that you get the help that you need. I don't want you to feel discouraged, and I don't want you to feel any thought, because you did mention quitting. So that actually came up as a thought in your mind somewhere, but you know that you can't quit. I understand that. However, just remember, this all takes time. And especially if you know that you're not tech savvy, give yourself some grace, because there's a learning curve you have to go through in order to start hitting that peak and to get your strides going. So don't worry. I love the fact that you're speaking about it and you're adamant about doing it. That's what's going to change it for you. But just make sure you're in the work group session, and Sunshine will be reaching out to you personally as well, obviously, and we'll get you situated. Okay.
Thanks, man. I really, really appreciate that, man, because this my last stop. I don't want to do no other program. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Everybody send some love in the chat, and just be committed though, because I tell you this, and I don't mean to say it lightly. This is a 3 to 4 year process. Some of you might be for 8 years. I know some of you are super seniors, so don't play like you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, Gilda, that was you, right? Fifth year, you know what I'm talking about. All right, maybe that wasn't you, Gilda, but I'm just saying, I think you know. And some of y'all know what I mean. So 3 to 4 years, give yourself that grace. Stop looking at the money, look at the payoff. Stop looking at the cost. Like, understand this is what it takes for you to get to where you want to be, or just be happy and content with the job or whatever. Like, if that's how you feel. But I want you all, whoever made the investment here, to understand that no matter what, we'll get the job done. Somebody put that in the chat. No matter what, we'll get the job done. Okay. I know some of us might get a little frustrated. Who else do we have coming up? Who else do we have coming up?
King James coming back. Talk to
Oh,
us.
that's okay. What's up, James?
All right. So the question, what if Ms. Waterston want to go before me, that's cool. I was just up here. But if you
All
want me to
right. Yeah, she can go if you want.
yeah, go ahead, let her go first. I sometimes take the stage. I go up after.
Okay.
Queen Angela. I'm you.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Miss Washington.
What's shaking and baking, Coach? Always a pleasure. The team, always a pleasure. Happy Monday. Listen, I'm responding to you said is money time? Can you buy more money with time? It's not so much you can buy the time, but the things that you do that generate activities that create the cash flow, you can do more of that to create the money. It doesn't just manifest and materialize out of the air, but the activities that we choose every single day, every single minute, we're either going to increase our net worth or are going to at least hopefully be on course to increase our net worth.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So I want to know why though. Why do you believe that?
Because, for example, say you're on a pension and you do nothing else but just receive your pension. And you decide, okay, wow, you spend a little more than you wanted to, or you want to do something else. And it doesn't increase. It increases once a year, right? So when that once a year increase is because it's part of that system. Outside of that system, if you want to do an increase, you have to create something else to generate an income that will supersede or exceed what you already get. It just doesn't happen on its own. Nothing happens on its own. And what is Newton's one of his laws of motion? For every action, there's an opposite equal reaction. So everything that I do and put into the system, I have to receive something back because those are natural laws. Something has to happen if you do something.
Absolutely. All right. And that's what we're getting to when it comes to this change. That's exactly what we're getting to. So good job, Angela. Everyone send some love in the chat if you haven't already. All right, cool. One more person.
He's back.
All right, we back. All right. So as it relates to, can you buy more money with time? I don't think the right word is necessarily buy, but exchange. Yes, you can exchange your time for money in the form of a job, or other means as well. There is things that you can exchange time for, even if it's exchanging time to hire employees and, well, to train employees if you already have a business and have them go out there and exchange the time for the money. But I believe that time is infinitely more valuable than money. I actually got interviewed on a college campus about this once, and somebody asked me like, which one do you think is more valuable, time or money? And I'm like, time, absolutely, 100% time. And the example that I gave them was, if I told you I was going to give you $1 million, but your life ends tomorrow, would you take the $1 million? They said no. And I said, that alone should tell you that you value the 24 hours way more than the $1 million. The time is infinitely more valuable than money.
Absolutely. So when it comes down to change and it comes to changing your results, what is it? Is it the money or is it the time? Like what's going to change your reality more?
Can the answer be both?
How many F's you gonna put on both?
Don't do that.
How many F's you put on both first? Let us know. Anyway, that's an insider. Like if you ever hear somebody say both, tell them to spell it. They'll spell it correctly, but they won't say it right. And if for some reason you're out of alignment somewhere, okay? So the idea is, all right, cool, let's play with it. If they say both, how many F's on it? F's depend on for the emphasis. If you really mean both and you stand on business, then put 3 or 4 or 5 F's on it and really stand on it. But I want you to know it can't be both. It could be, but it won't be. It won't be both. And when we say time is more valuable than money, right? What I want you really to get at is what you do with your time is what matters. See, it's never been about the money. See, when we're focusing about the money, guess what we do when we focus on the money?
Exchange a bunch of time?
Yeah. You exchange your time on discount. You got Sam's Club on your time, right? Like you giving bulk time away and you get a little bit of dollars back because you're focused on the wrong thing. Because we're trained to be for what's against us and against what's for us. So you're against the money working for you. Instead, you want to work for the money. Instead, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't work for the money. What I'm saying to you is the way that you work for the money. So change is going to happen with what you do with the time that you have. But why isn't that everyone's focus? Like, why are you so worried about your credit? Maybe you should change. And this is not a direct slight at anybody, but I'm going to take a stance on this. And I kind of get a little, just, okay, we need to work on this. We need to speak about it. But why is credit the thing that's holding everybody back? Do you know that credit is actually a mirror to you? So if credit is holding you back, who's holding you back? Change what you do with the time that you have, and the time that you have will change. See, you could go out and you could go be outside with your family and friends, and guess what? You can have a good time with them. It could be good. But if you change what you do with your time before you meet up with your friends, it could even be even better. Now, there's levels to this. You might change what you do with your time and you might make a lot more money, and you go out with your family and friends and the experience is amazing. But if you do that multiple times and then now everybody's just expecting you to be the family bank everywhere you go out, that same experience changes now, right? You don't feel connected to that experience anymore. You feel like, all right, now I gotta stop doing this. So now you need to reinvent. You need to change what you do with that time now. All right, cool. I'm only taking one family member with me to the game. I'm not taking everybody. The family member that I'm taking to the game with me is the one that meets these KPIs. Boom, boom, boom. I'm taking that family member. So you start to become more organized when you change. So when you don't change, you become less organized. So we start to think about, why do we get change? Like if you spent your money on something and you got back change, what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of it? I want somebody to tell me. What's the meaning? James, you want to bring you back up? Bring James back up really quick. What's the meaning of it? Why do we call it change? We're so afraid of change, but not when it comes to getting your money back. Everybody, you're not afraid of change then. You love the change. Hey, can I get my change? Some of y'all might still be afraid of change. You don't ask for the money. You don't ask for the change. They keep me extra change. But James, what are you getting from what we're saying right now?
I'm getting that don't just get the leftovers. That's what I'm getting out of it. Don't just get the leftovers for the things that you exchange your time for. When you change in the things that you spending your time on, you can get the bulk of it and not just the change. You could be the person on the other end of the counter receiving the dollars and not just receiving the change.
Okay, so why are you leaving the bulk of it on the table? Like, why are you leaving the bulk of it in the cashier register? Like, why are you treating yourself with the leftovers? So you do everything for everybody else, and then you get the leftovers, and you think that that's enough to change your life. You think that the 5 minutes that you give yourself to look over the course material before class start is enough. You think that the time that you get when you go out there, you purchase an ebook, a guidebook, you don't even read it, it sits in your email. Just because you purchase it, you think that's enough. You think that showing up there, and this is not coming at you, James, I'm just speaking. This is you think that when you come to class, that's just enough. You must change what you do with the time that you have in order to change the time that you have. I'm telling you right now, this is something that you need to do. I'm telling you right now. Because most of us are complaining about the results we got from the work that we didn't do, wondering why the credit is not fixed. Well, guess what? You're still uncredible. Not incredible, uncredible. Hey, I'm going to get up and go to the gym. You don't do it. Don't get me wrong. Not everything that you plan and say and you're going to do, but you must start to do the things that you said that you were going to do, or you don't get the results that you said that you wanted. So it's really simple why most of us will have the life we do want and the life that we don't want. See, you have the life that you don't want is because you keep lying to yourself, protecting yourself from lies from other people. You keep lying to yourself while protecting yourself from lies from other people. You're so consumed about somebody else lying to you that you are forgetting that you lie to yourself so much you can't even tell when you're telling the truth. I'm gonna call you, and you never call. These little things matter, and I say the little things create the biggest gains, right? So I want you to understand when I'm talking about change. See, if I have $5 and I spent $5 on whatever groceries change. Okay, I spent $5, maybe like $4.55, right? And then I got 45 cent back. Cool. That's my change. But if I had $20, I have like 15 and 45 cents back. That's more change. I want you to think about the thing about change. So James came up and said, it's an exchange. I said, could you buy more money with the time that you have? The answer is no. You can't buy more money with the time that you have. Could you exchange something to create the time that creates the money? Yes. But could you buy more time with money? This is where it might get confusing, right? Could you buy more time with your money? Put the answers in the chat. Could you buy more time with the money? Somebody say yes. James, your hand's still up. James, why? Have James come up. Why?
That's pretty much what employees are. You're buying their time with your money. People are willing to, and it's common knowledge to exchange your time for money. The fact that people think the time is money, you can give people money in exchange to get your time back for doing different parts of your business.
Okay. So how are we going to get our time back?
Outsourcing, hiring, having other people, delegating tasks.
Okay. We're getting close. We're getting close. Keep thinking. How are we going to get our time back? I want you to make it simple.
Give away money?
Not necessarily, but who are the people that give away money?
Employers.
Okay. So how do we get our time back?
Becoming the employer.
All right. Is becoming the employer or becoming the employee, you have to make a choice. You keep acting as the employee, hoping to make the amount of money as the employer. Think about it. I want you to think, ladies and gentlemen, because we're not thinking here. And this is not I'm not coming at anybody. I'm saying we're not thinking here. When we get caught up and we're stuck on credit, you're not thinking. When you get caught and you say, I don't know what to do, I want to quit my job, you're not thinking. You are complaining about one salary that you're not getting enough of, but your employer is giving out multiples of that salaries. Which problem would you like to have? Which problem? Would you like to have the employee problem or you like to have the employer problem? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Because I know we think that is outsourcing. I know we think that is delegating, but don't put the cart before the horse, right? That whole thing. I don't even believe in animal cruelty, so I shouldn't even be saying that. But the point that I'm making here is you can't copy and duplicate what the employer does with the employee mindset. See, some of y'all want to go out and and delegate. Some of you want to go out and outsource. You just know the answer to the question. But you don't know how to do the thing. You just know the answers to the question. You're not ready to outsource. You're not ready to delegate. You're not ready for that. And this is no disrespect because I had to learn this on my own. I'm over here. You're looking at the machine and you want to compete with the machine. The reason why most millionaires who are in sports, they go broke 5 years after they retire is because they're competing with the machine. A lot of you are competing with the machine. Oh, I need to outsource. I need to delegate. Well, do you got the funds for that? All right, forget about the funds. Are you being the person that it takes to earn the right to have the experience to be able to bring in the money to even do what that employee does, that employer does? So you want to get the systems, you want to get all of everything up and running, but there's no infrastructure inside. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I'm just getting into it real quick because some of us are just running out of time, and some of us done ran out of time. We just don't hit the alarm yet. Some of us are running out of time. Some of us ran out of time. We just don't hit the alarm yet. Pick your side. You're going to be the employee or you're going to be the employer. They're both jobs, ladies and gentlemen. They're both jobs, and you're both going to do the same thing. Do you get more money for your time or do you get less money for your time? So we're complaining about the thing that's necessary to get the thing that we want. You've lost already. Okay? You lost already. Are you hearing what I'm saying right now? Some of us are not cut out to be the employer. So the quicker you understand that, the better your life becomes, because as an employee, you can make a lot of money and spend a little bit of time trading your time for money. But if you are not thinking like the employer, see, the person that makes a lot of money as the employee, they're thinking like the employer. See, you're going into job understanding that you work for them. I'm going into the job understanding that everybody in this job works for me, including the employer. I need you to go out there and make sure you hire more people, king or queen, wherever she is, he is. I need you to go and make sure you hire more people. Okay, you're not doing the hiring? Then I need you to hire the person that hires people well so we can make this job efficient. In other words, you need to walk around and be the employer of your life. You need to change the people that's around you. You need to change the people that's in your scene, in your movie. But the most important person, the biggest character that you need to change is who? Let me know in the chat. I know you know the answers again. Once again, it's cool to know the answers. You've been in class, so we get it. You know the answers. Let me see the work. Let me see the work. Y'all lucky, y'all lucky, man. You're lucky y'all done ran out of time. Okay, it's 9:30. I gotta shut it down. You're lucky y'all done ran out of time. But real quick, I'll go 5 minutes extra and that's it. So be fast with your responses. Just remember this before I even raise your virtual hand if you want to share it, by the way. But I need y'all to go fast with this. I just want you to understand the bottom line of this all is this. In order to change the amount of money that you receive, you must change who you are as the person that's even receiving the money. So I want you to think, in order to change, hold up, take them off the screen. In order to change the amount of money that comes into your pocket, you must become the person. You must change the person that you are within. You must become the person that earns the right to have the experience of whatever dollar amount that you want, whatever lifestyle that you want. In other words, what do you need to change in order to get the receipt? Because the change is an exchange, right? The root word of exchange is change. So listen, when you get change, it's something that happened. So the change, that receipt that you get is proof that you are no longer the same person. It's proof. So whenever you spend money and you get change back, when you look at that change, something has changed. Something has taken place. What's changed? The change is something new has emerged. So when you think about the exchange, give is who I used to be. So that's my exchange, right? When you think about the X on the change, some of y'all look at relationships and you go, oh, that's my ex-partner or whatever the case may be. And I want you to think about it like maybe they're just people who helped you along the way, right? Maybe they're just people who helped you along the way. A lot, and the same thing happens when it comes to money. A lot of us just, look to exchange time for money. But who are you changing into with the time that you do have? Okay, who are you changing into with the time that you do have? So it's not about money's equaling time and time equals money, any of that. It's about what you do with your time dictates how much money you get. Bottom line, RGAs, MWAs. What you do with your time dictates how much money you get. Right now, you have the amount of money in your pocket right now or in your account right now because of what you do with the time that you have. See, a lot of us want to become more effective in less time, but the reality is that we are looking at it different. We want to do a lot less and get a lot more. But when you do a lot more, you get a lot more. Which side do you want to be on? What must you change? No matter what, in order to get a different result, a different output, you must change the input. What must you change? We must become more effective with the time that we have. Let's go to those hands. Artis, I think it was Artis up with 30 seconds. I put 30 seconds on the clock though.
I was gonna say something about time. You cannot get time back. So I'd rather have time over money. That's what I was gonna say earlier. So that's why my hand was still up at the time.
All right, that's cool. That's good stuff.
I forgot what else I had to say because so many people went over at the same time. So I'm done right now.
All right, that's cool. Send some love in the chat. Send some love in the chat. All right, cool. Who do we have coming up next?
King Marquez.
Hey. Good morning, and thank you so much. Powerful call this morning. I want to send this out, not just to the brother that I'm sorry, it was iPhone, so I didn't know his name.
Sheldon.
Sheldon, okay, to King Sheldon, but not just for him, for everybody else on the call, including the one talking right now. The Lord dropped in my spirit this morning, journaling, your path for success. So never think you haven't come as far as you have. When you turn and look back, you be amazed at how far you've come on your journey. So journal every day and celebrate your wins every single day. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Put that in the chat. Journal and celebrate. It's the small wins that create the big gains. Great job. Next person. Good job, King. MJ. Good job.
Anthony, come talk to us, King.
Hey, morning, everybody. Man, great call. Thank you, Cruz. Yeah, what I got from it was, looking into within, because it's crazy, like how if you're not ready, internalize what you want, you won't get to where you need to be. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love in the chat. I want you to think the message has changed. What do you need to change in your life? Next person. Change. Somebody put change in the chat. That's what I'm referring to today. Change. What's going on?
So make it quick. Changes at least for I left the screen. All right. Changes that I need to make at least for myself would be to become a better employer myself, creating the proper SOP so that my business can run like a machine, like a system. And I don't know exactly how that looks yet, but that's what I'm getting out of it is becoming a better person to lead the team that I have currently.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Everybody send some love in the chat if you haven't already. Next person.
Hey, Tabitha, come talk to us, love.
Good morning.
You went back on mute. You went back on mute.
Okay, there we go. Okay. I really need to sit down and really block out time. Like I have a jillion ideas and then I'll only accomplish little pieces of 15 things instead of focusing on one specific thing for an allotted amount of time. Thing I really need to change.
Okay, so are you going to change it?
Oh, absolutely. I bought a book so I can start blocking out time.
Okay, do you need a book to block out time?
Probably not, but I am all over, literally all over.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Everybody send some love to Tabitha in the chat. Good job. Next person. Last hand. We have a meeting we got to get to. Last hand.
Queen Sharice. Why are you last?
Sharice, what's going on?
Good morning. Okay, so one thing that I know for certain that I need to change about myself and after listening is showing up for myself. So I know a lot recently I've been talking about being on the truck and it not allowing me enough time, but I do have time because I have a 10-hour sleeper. So changing my mindset, being more disciplined, more consistent, and showing up for myself.
Absolutely. Everybody send some love in the chat. Good job. Thank you, Sharice. So that's the last hand, unfortunately. We can't take any more hands, unfortunately. So that's it when it comes to that. But Sunshine, let's close up. Let's close out. Wednesday, well, first of all, we got the work group session today, so be there in the work group session 1 p.m. For anybody who's in the social media engagement group, definitely want to be there 1 p.m. At 2 p.m. We're doing a class on that. But let's bring Sunshine up real quick to close out. We do have to get to this meeting, team.
Yes, we do. All right, everybody. Today definitely was a powerful call. Thank you, our King Mindset Mogul. My takeaways from today and what's heaviest on my heart is I need everybody to put in all caps in the chat, please live. Put live in the chat. We need to stop taking things and people for granted. Each of us that are here at this very moment are the chosen ones to do this work. We are the ones that are strong enough to overcome every single obstacle that's placed before us and to keep going no matter what. We got caught up on change. And the one thing that I could say about change that I think that we all need to pay attention to, one thing we know is that it's inevitable. Change is definitely inevitable. It's constant, right? But I want you to think about the fact that it's the one thing standing in between who we are and where we want to be. It's all about the change. It's the self-work. Our Mindset Mogul told us that our life is a collection of memories. Live your life according to how you want to be remembered. I'm done.
All right, great stuff, great stuff. At this time, come off of mute because we want you to feel empowered throughout the day. Yeah, little butt kicking sometimes, but that's tough love. It is what it is. We got things to do, right? If we got things to do, let me know in the chat. Put your takeaway in the telegrams. Let's have everybody come off of mute, snap it up, clap it up, because your day will be powerful. You have to show up and show out for you. So let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks,
Get it,
guys.
folks.
Have a
Let's
great
go.
day,
Let's
everybody.
go.
Have a
Let's
great day.
Thank you all so
All right,
much.
guys.
Best day ever.
Bye, guys.
Let's go. Let's
Go.
go.
Change.
Get it done.
Change. Have a great day.
Let's
Thank you,
go.
Don't crush your
Marcus.
day. Don't crush your day, guys. Y'all got this.
Have a blessed
Y'all got this.
Let's go.
Let's go.